suhde on pelkkää viihdettä. Kärpäsistä härkäsii ja awkward tilanteita. Pitäiskö karata ikkunasta, Harkita suistuu raiteilta. Mitä mä teen tässä vielä? Sun lempinimii on vaikee niellä. Gaslighting, fight ja muita klassikoita. Onko mun jalat liimassa vai tykkäänkö liikaa piiskasta? If it doesn't bring you joy, give it away. If it doesn't bring you joy, give it away. This just isn't going to work. This just isn't going to work. Nyt pitäis kuunnella F:ää, oma aika ihana sentää. Nyt vakioarvot self-love, kunno annos. Yeah. Onko kurssita klubi, jossa ajantaa voi armahtaa? Itseä oppii rakastaa. Hei, mikä ei tuo sulle onne, niin heitä sen hevällä korpeen. Sä löydät voimaa siitä, kun skeida blokkaa. Kipun harvi tottuu, muuten uupuu. Lupa nyt luovu siitä, mihin se sattuu. If it doesn't bring you joy, just give it away. If it doesn't bring you joy, give it away. This just isn't going to work. 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 This just isn't going to work.
I could accept this contract. Smile, smile, and stay silent. Smile, smile, and stay silent. This just isn't going to work.
I don't answer to you anymore.
If it doesn't bring you joy, give it away. If it doesn't bring you joy, give it away. This just isn't going to work. This just isn't going to work.
Hi, and hopefully you enjoyed that song and that live performance. Hey, let's have a look through my live set of Give It Away. So let's just have a look at the gear first. So I have firstly my KSM8 Shure microphone. It's amazing dynamic microphone and such a good quality and amazing for live performance, especially because I wanted to hold the microphone in my hand. Okay, so after that we have 3 controllers that I was using same time, and they all have different purposes. So push 2 was there to control the session view. So here in Ableton Live you say session view. This is what I wanted to control with push 2. So especially control the scenes and also activate clips for looping. I had all of the ones that I wanted to loop, all the tracks record able. So on Ableton Live, I needed to go here and also deactivate the exclusive arm, which means that I can record activate several tracks same time. So everything I wanted to loop, I already had there activated. Sometimes when I live perform, obviously depending of the setup, I might activate tracks during the set, but in this one I wanted to just have everything laid out so it's as simple as possible. Then after that I have Novation Launchpad X on the left side of push. This was there to control just the instrument. So I have this track here, synth sounds, and in here I have an instrument rack and I have 2 channels here on this instrument rack. I have one that has a bass sample in a simpler, and then I also have a synth. So I use the key selector here so that I could have only the certain lower octaves are playing the bass and the higher octaves are playing the keys. And this allows me to just have one controller there in front of me controlling both instruments. Basically, I don't need to go between session view and the note view, and it's just so much more simple if I have them laid out in one view. On the left side of Novation Launchpad X, I have Akai LPD8, and this one I use mostly for controlling effects. I have here mapped out the vocoder amount. Then I have here the vocal effects, so how much delay and reverb do I want my vocals to have. Then here I have filter for the drums, and here I have echo for the violin. On these pads I have couple samples to trigger. So this one is just the ha vocal sample. It's this one here. And on the settings of this sample, I put that the launch mode is toggle and the quantize is a none. So as soon as I just press it, it plays. So for this one, I have actually mapped a scene, which is scene number 10. And you can see here, it just says, I don't answer to you anymore. It's that one clip. And this is quite fun. So as soon as I press this, it activates the scene number 10, and you can see that there is a command there. So if I go here to the scene, you can see that the follow action has activated. So as soon as this clip ends, it will play the scene number 3, which is chorus. So it just gives me time to really get ready for the violin and for the last chorus. So follow actions are amazing to learn to be able to do stuff like that. So that is all the controllers. So let's just have a look what's in the session otherwise. I have a main vocal track here. And if we look at the I/O, usually I have that on in. Obviously, purpose of this tutorial, I'm not going to have that on. So I'm going to have that in. So that is what the audience would hear all the time. So the main vocal. And that is also where I have the BVX multimode vocoder from Reason. This is literally where all the vocoding happens. So that is connected to this instrument track. So when I play, anything on this one is sidechained into the multivocoder. And I can either play them or I have these prepared tracks here. So during choruses, I don't need to actually play the chords, but I have them as clipped. But in the beginning, I'm just playing it just because it's fun. Next one here is the percussion, and this is the percussion loop that I created, just banging the very rusty old banjolele. It's just a fun thing because I also have the percussion sound on my actual original track. Then we have the synth sounds, and here also I have the looped bass sound. And as you can see, it just plays here on the lower octaves. So if the synths are higher octaves, the bass is in a lower octave. So that allows me to loop that in the beginning. Then after that, we had also low end group. And inside of the low end group, we have beat, C part beat, and also bass chorus. So I also had then prepped samples for the bass, beat, and C part. And in here, in this group track, I also have a auto filter, which is the filter that I can control this with knob here. After that, we have vocal loops. So the vocal loops, when I do the vocal harmonizing, I have the polyvocoder on all of them, and they're in different octaves. So I can do really cool vocoded harmonies using these. So in the actual session, I was looping my vocals with the vocoders.
This just isn't going to work.
There we go. So that's happening over there. And then from there we go right. And there's just little guitar hits that starts warm the C part. So when the bridge or C part, middle A, whatever you want to call it, when that's activated, that also the little guitar part is activated as well as the C part. And then I have the violin. The violin, I actually used looper. So again, looper is being activated with this controller. So I have mapped, as you can see here, the record button is here, then the plus button is here, and stop is here. So that allows me to really control this really easily during the session. It's in reverse as well, because that's really cool. And then I have the echo here, and the echo is also mapped over here to this control so that I can also control it during the set. Why did I use looper instead of looping it in the clips? Is because looper has the really cool option of reverse, and also when I'm playing violin, obviously it doesn't need to be exactly on tempo. It's quite freestyling. I was just making a lot of sounds to kind of make it very aggressive and big, and I found that looper was perfect for that kind of purpose, to also activate it with the controller. Then I have just one track for activating different samples. I have a percussion loops and bridge vocals.
I could accept this contract.
That one there, which is from the sample I was given by Reason. So that is basically everything that is happening in the scenes, in the session view. Otherwise, I have sends and returns, and as you can see, I have quite a lot going on. So I have basically one return track for vocal effects, one for instrument effects, which has all the effects for the violin. Then I have instrument mix, vocal mix, and click. And that's about it, really. And you can see that everything's kind of like mapped to the correct place. Obviously, when this is live on a stage, I would have multiple output, which allows us to then control the output of different mixes in a different way, which is great. And that's why I have this setup. If you would like to have this template, I actually have it on my website that you can go and download from. I have actually a couple templates there for performance, and I think this one is in the performance bundle on my website, performance big set. So go and download that from my website if you want to have everything rooted already ready for you. Before I started playing, I obviously just pressed the global recording button here, started playing, and what that does is that also records everything to the arrangement view, ready for whatever you want to do with it. So I have lots and lots and lots of different type of live performance videos, especially with Push 2. So go to the playlist in here to check out more walkthroughs, live performances, and tutorials on how to perform, how to loop, how to do all this in more detail. Also, make sure to go and listen, Give It Away from Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon Music, wherever you want to listen it from. The links are down below, so go and listen to it. Follow me on these platforms as well so that you will hear more of my music when it comes out. Also, remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon and come again. Thank you so much for my Patreons. My Patreons are freaking amazing people, and this kind of performance, you know, I was quite scared of it doing in the beginning, struggling with maybe a little bit of confidence, and this group is just amazing if you want to have support, if you want to enhance your confidence and your creativity. These kind of peer groups are amazing. So they support me, I support them, and we have a lot of great fun. So come and join us from the link down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely, lovely day. Bye. Bye.